It don't always come like that. You may have a run. Even the most successful rappers, unless you are LL or a Cube or a Boston Rhymes or somebody who's really been putting it down consistency for a long time, and you
salute OG Steve.
Much love, Steve. And unless you're one of the major players that you messed around and have developed some other streams of revenue streams, the light of your career is going to get dim 3 to 5 years after you make your first record. Unless you become an actor, unless you get some genes, unless you get some type of endorsement situation, your light, the limelight is going to start getting dimmer and dimmer as your ass get older. And that's just the truth of the game. Very few people transition into movies or television. Everybody, Common, LL Cool J, Ice-T, and a few others are the only ones that ever had any longevity when it comes to making movies and television. Cube got 3 or 4 different franchises. Common's in a bunch of movies from time. He's in movies. He's been doing that for quite some time. LL got a long run on his television show, and Ice-T got the longest out of all of them. But as many rappers as there are out there, and also my boy Ludacris, and he's been in quite a few movies, including the Fast and Furious franchise. But 50 is a smart dude. 50 been making his own movies. See, that's the difference. 50 said he wanted to get in the movie game. 50 started taking acting classes. 50 put his own money up to make things happen. 50 took less money on his own show just to make sure they could produce it to the quality that he wanted. I read his book. He said he was taking like $15,000 an episode or something to do the show because he wanted to make sure that everybody was paid and they had enough money for production. So I get that for a walkthrough. But I took it for my TV show because he understood that if this thing is successful, he'll keep getting that money. He'll get more. That right there is just a drop in the bucket. So you got a handful of people that understand business well enough to play the game. And like I said, 50, and he's played in several movies. He's been a movie that I didn't know he was in. B movies. That dude lost like 100 pounds or something to play a AIDS victim one time. I mean, that's how serious he was about being in the movies. Now he got so many series, it's ridiculous. So yeah, but again, his musical career is still there, but the music game has changed so much. Why would he want to spend a bunch of money to make an album when he gonna get crumbs of a percentage of pennies for every stream that he gets? Let me do something else. And now they trying to mess with that. That's why everybody's on strike. Understand the game, folks. Humans are slowly becoming obsolete when it comes to entertainment. I'm just saying.
Yep. Ice-T's another one. OG Steve mentioned. Ice-T realized right away, man, make those movies, make those TV shows.
Yeah.
Taking what, $5 million an episode for that Law and Order or whatever he's on.
Yeah, been doing it for like 20-some years. He's one of the longest
season.
He's been one of the longest running artists. Actors, especially black actors in history. And this dude, people be trying to clown. He only get 10 lines. Give a fuck. Give a fuck how many lines he get. Okay, niggas.
Hey, I'd rather have that. Exactly.
People be trying. Kevin Jenkins, much love. Will Smith. This dude, for a while, he was Mr. Summer. He was the summertime king. All his movies came out in the beginning of the summer. They rocked the whole summer. So yeah, I'm sorry, Will Smith. How did I forget Will Smith? TV shows, movies, the whole 9 yards. So you got a handful of people that can actually transition from being rappers to being movie stars, television stars, and that. But again, most of their money came from doing movies. A lot of people made records that made hit records that live a normal lifestyle because the record royalties, they fade like an old pair of jeans. Shit, keeping it 100.
Yep. And can't forget about people like Puffy, who, if I'm correct, he said that less than 10% of his billion-dollar fortune came from music.
Right.
Everything else came from his line of alcohol, his clothing line, like all this other stuff, man. Less than 10% of his $1 billion came from music.
As much money as Dre got, most of his money came from the Beats deal. It didn't come from music. He made money, don't get me wrong, but the Beats deal took him over the top. So, the music game is an entry-level situation, especially right about now. You use that to get popularity. I don't see it being a sustainable situation unless you get into diversify, get you a fat check, and do some other stuff. I mean, that's what a lot of smart old school players did. They got a fat check and they go buy some apartments, get a fat check and go invest in something. Nas did the same thing. Even your ball players, your smart ball players got the bulk of their money from investing in other stuff. They didn't just sit around and play basketball, because most of the ones that just play basketball ended up at Walmart as a greeter. Welcome to Walmart. Anyway.
There it is. Let's talk some hip hop, Lonzo. I did mention earlier that we are creeping up on the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and I put 50th in quotes. But I don't see a lot of podcasts or YouTubers out there talking about the West Coast side of things. It's like hip hop stopped fucking in Philadelphia and didn't have a whole other story over here. So you have to tell our story, Lonzo, and who better than you to tell our story about West Coast hip hop?